How was your first night stay in the shelter?
It was fun.
Mom didn't see a mouse or anything, so I saw one right as we were going to bed, but I didn't mention it. And I think Sally was up there most of the night. She's now migrated to the ground, just eagerly awaiting trail time. Come on, gotcha. So this comes under her leg.
It comes under. And it goes out.
I never saw the Blue Blazed side trail, so I don't know where on earth that is. But we went down there and got water. And I will say that that Cherry Gap shelter, that's where we got water before Unaka. So we had like roughly a 13-mile water carry yesterday. But really nice shelter, really clean. Mom says she slept good, so gotta figure out how to get on the trail over here. It is 7:55. Thank you for reminding me to look at my watch so I can start the track. So we are 3.88 from the car. So I was like, I'm pouting, I'm pulling up the rear. Our last day on the trail. But man, it's been a good trip. Just the water carries have been hard. I mean, thankful we had enough water to get to camp the first night and get water, you know, at that gap, and then being able to grab water at that shelter before Unaka, because that's the only thing that got us through yesterday. So definitely grateful for the water sources. Allegedly there's another water source at the last road crossing, but you have to road walk up to get it, and there's not really much of a shoulder when we crossed it, so I was like, I didn't really feel comfortable doing that. Plus I really didn't want to carry water for 4 or 5 miles knowing we were going to come up here by the shelter anyway. But I mean, if you were desperate. This is pretty. And you can see ain't much water in this creek. This is the same one. We got the water by the shelter. But I will say, like, we predominantly only use the water by the shelter just to get some dirty water to put on the fire, make sure it's out, and just to top off my electrolyte bottle. So, this one had like 3.88 miles today. We wasn't too worried about carrying a ton of water. But I'll show you all the way. I slept really good last night. Feel much better than I did yesterday. So that's an improvement. I know Mom said you felt better today too, didn't you? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're all rested up and ready to see the car. This is another one of those, I think I'm just ready to see the car. I think my shoulders are ready for a break from the pack. That water carry I did up Unaka, I think it hurt my shoulder. Shoulder's pretty good. And my shoulder's good workout. Man, I mean, hopefully the rest of the hike out's like this, because it would be nice. I don't know if this is supposed to be a water source or not, but it is dry. It shows it being a water source though. But anyway. Oh, and that was at 0.19. Well, it looks like this might have been a campsite at one time before that tree came down. There's like remnants of a fire ring. Another kind of water source. It is flowing a little bit. There's some water, Sally. Go get you some water. I mean, it ain't much, but that's it. 0.33. Yeah.
I don't understand why the best place to walk is right on the edge.
You got that yawn going. Sal, you like that? The satellite messenger is going to take a while to get out. Look at this big rock.
Put a lot of pressure on. Well, I just think it's that part. But they seem to have a lot of that in there.
Yeah.
Oop.
Big step.
Destroying some more trees to
Fall on. Yeah.
It'd be nice to be just regular, you know, like set apart almost like hers.
Oh.
Ain't no bad thing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
The trees get knocked over by them. The good ones get knocked over.
We could switch up, you know, like I could carry the tent and then you could carry the food, or I could carry the food, you could carry the tent, you know, whatever. So we're talking about, you know, maybe future setups is just a lot of times on our trips, like we just end up super tired at the end of the day and we're just ready to crash, and that we think it'd be better from what we've seen and experienced just to have one tent, like something like the Ultimate 4 or something like that. So all three of us could sit in there, so that way we don't have to worry about finding trees and all that. And we could just, you know, tired, we just set up one tent and be done. So, because it's very hard to find when you're out here, to find like, you know, a solid campsite for like 2 hammocks, especially for that ridge runner, because it's a big hammock. But I mean, it's just hard. Anytime we've taken 2 hammocks, and this is why we don't do it often, is because we've always struggled finding campsites. you know, and then you bring the hammocks. You don't typically bring sleeping pads or anything, so then you can't really just crash in a shelter. And so it's just kind of just limit your options a little bit. I still love my hammock. It's my favorite setup, but just for this type of stuff, it would just be way easier just to do a tent. So maybe looking at upgrading, not upgrading, but just having another piece of gear, adding a 3 or 4 person tent to the kit. But we'll just see. We'll just see, you know, how things go and stuff. But yeah, it's like we're fixing to drop down in the valley. Now I say, I mean, it's doable. It's just tough, and it's just all point at the end of the day, and you just want to crash. The last thing you want to do is worry about setting up everything. Just throw up a tent and be done.
When you do a lot of walking, it's just like,
Yeah. So here's a campsite, 1.2. So you got big dead tree right there. Dead tree, dead tree. Nice fire ring though. Definitely not hammock friendly. You wish some water, Sally? Well, at least you do have plenty of water here. But I mean, this is rocky here, so a small 1 person, maybe a 2 person tent could fit here. You know, like I say, that's at 1.2. I mean, even up here you got dead trees and stuff too. A lot of dead stuff here. See that big uproot up there. So there's another big uproot. Look at that. Look how big that is. It was a double tree too. Broke out of that one over there. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, big spider web. Oh, big spider web. Oh. Sally didn't want to take the lead on crossing the bridge. for this section between the paved road and Erwin, the only camping option shown on Far Out is at the shelter. Now we passed one maybe like a mile ago. I mean, y'all see it in the video, but nice water crossing here. But other than that, we haven't seen any other like even stealth spots. We saw that one and it was surrounded by dead trees. So personally, I wouldn't stay there unless I was desperate. But makes this section a little harder. But I mean, it's pretty, but this lower section definitely has a lot of dead trees, and maybe that's why there's not a ton of campsites. So that's just something to consider when you're planning this section. It's probably that you're going to have to stay at the shelter, which I mean, don't make a bad hike out, but yeah, it's just definitely been a tricky section with trying to find campsites and playing water and stuff. It's just been a little trickier than some other sections I've done. So, but definitely well worth checking out. I feel like this might be a better late fall hike though, just because that way you would get the views from the ridges and stuff. But really pretty. We'll keep showing it all the way out. I think currently we're probably just over 2 miles, 2.1. So I wonder if this was or is a campsite. I mean, I guess you could set up a tent right here. But, I mean, there's no fire ring. I'm not going to mark it on my GPX track either. Yeah, this doesn't look safe. Less dead trees here, but so even this little stream bed's dry. I don't know what the tape is for.
Who left those?
2.1, Mom has left her pole, so we're going back to get it. Mom,
You don't think about how far you went, do you?
I know, because like we turned around at 2.1, it's now 2.23, so it was 1/8 of a mile. So now we're back going south at 2.23.
I guess we got on a roll, man. We just...
Well, I tell you what, if Mom wants her trekking pole, she hoofs it, because I was struggling to keep up.
Other than that, you know, we have that big move.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just...
Yeah. Boy, look how washed out this creek is. This must get high. Cool. Oh, cool.
I'm telling you, that is the funniest thing I ever seen anybody do.
Sally, you are shaking a mess. So here's some decent campsite. I don't see a ton of dead trees here. Plenty of firewood. Well, it seems like it. Definitely tent friendly over here, over there. I guess you could probably hang a hammock, maybe between this tree and that tree. I mean, it's not super hammock friendly though. Not really. I see one space. But decent campsite here, 2.42. I don't know if I said that was about 2. It's probably 2.2. So like from any kind of location point, it's about 1/8 of a mile off from here to the car because of us backtracking. But yeah. So at 2.62, looks like there might be a campsite. Yeah, it's got a decent fire ring. Definitely more tent friendly. It's a tent there, probably back there. Great fire ring though. They don't look bad. Anyway, that was at 2.62 or 63. Or about 2.5. So here's a little campsite. Yeah. So this is at 2.81. Got a little path here. That's what I'm wondering. I mean, it's nice. You know, not hammock friendly again, but definitely tent friendly. It is a little bit buggy in this one though. Hopefully the woods ain't on fire. I don't know if that's just a bathroom trail or if that's going over to a campsite. That looks a little overgrown. I'll skip it. To the water. Because I don't see any kind of cleared out spot over there anyway. .88. Looks like there might be a campsite down here. Huh. I mean, it looks like it kind of keeps going over there, but I mean, it looks like at one time there was a fire ring here. On that tree. So, I mean, it looks like there used to be a fire ring here, but I don't see a good, like, camping option. So, we'll head back on up the trail. Back on the main trail, 2.91.
They probably lay them right down on top of the
packs.
This is just dedicated hikers and stuff that we're doing it.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah. So that tree's across the trail, 2.97.
On further north.
Another stream, it's dry. I know, it looks like a good campsite. Assuming this is the path, 3.09. Definitely looks like a good campsite though, doesn't it? Just no fire ring. Let's see, I'm gonna walk down here. there. I mean, there's no fire ring down here. Oh, that over there maybe looks like something. Huh. Oh, there's somebody camping. So there is a camp. There is a fire right there, a fire ring. Looks like there's another fire ring over here. Come on, Sally, stay with me. Oh, I can go this way. Come on, Sally. So that was at 3.13. Oh, hopefully they hung their bag. So here's a nice fire. Nice little camp spot here. It's just up from that other one. So this is definitely nice. Obviously tent friendly, hammock friendly. This is pretty cool. Anyway, 3.14. I mean, it's definitely a heavily used area, it seems like. Bugs are kind of bad here, so I'd bring Bear's bug spray. So yeah, this is definitely a nice campsite, but there's actually a trail that goes down into the camping area instead of the one I used, which I don't think was actually a trail into the campsite. So, but we're back on the main trail. Yeah, main trail here, 3.17. So yeah, the trail kind of just comes up here, and then you can kind of go up this way to hit, because the AT's actually here. I thought we was on the trail here, and was walking up, I was like, wait, we're not on the trail. Huh?
It looked like it could be the trail right there.
Yeah. But then when we started going over them trees, I was like, well, this don't feel right. No. Okay.
It's been a long time since we've seen actual food.
And coffee. Anyway, so this goes to the resort. That's down that way. You see kind of the cars through the trees. But we're going to stay straight to keep on the AT going south. Oh, I forgot to say, that junction was probably about 3.27. About a mile, a little over a mile from the car. Woohoo! Well, if it's any motivation, we're less than a mile. Yeah. Huh? Tell you what, this section of trail here has been pretty narrow. Let's see the Nolichucky. This is like Limble Gorge Trail all over again. No, I will say, like right here at this point, this is the first time I've had service in probably like a day since Beauty Spot. And even Beauty Spot, I didn't have that much service, so that's another thing to note. Like, for the most part, the first day or two, I had pretty good service, and you know, since we're up on the ridge. But once you drop down, and even at Beauty Spot, I say I only had one bar, and it wasn't enough to load anything. So, and after that, absolutely none till now. It's just so pretty. But this trail, once you turn the corner from where it goes to the adventure resort, it gets narrow and rocky. I wonder if they've sprayed something here. It's all dusty looking. I swear it's been like 0.8, and I was so excited. I was like, oh, we'll be at the car in no time. Well, now we're at 0.64. It's like, this is a never end. We have now entered the never-ending mile section of the trip, where you're ready for the car, and it ain't seeming like it's getting any closer. Like, I feel like I checked my watch like 10 or 15 minutes ago, and it was like 0.8. It is now 0.64. It's just, and just this technical part where it's so narrow and rocky, it's like kind of over it. I mean, it's pretty. I appreciate the views for sure. So, oh my gosh. Oh no, Sally, no, this is not the place. I don't know where it was at. He might have been standing in the trail, and then I saw it go up the hill. See, it's standing here. Sally, stay.
Oh. Okay. We got time for a run. We got time for a run today.
No. Like, Mom looked and was like, Mom,
Close and yet so far.
Mom's like, I need some water for this. That was cool to see the deer, though. Were you bad? Were you bad? Hmm? Yeah.
There's too much cold down the door.
Yeah. Good grief. Oh, man. Whew. Finally turned the corner at 3.93. A little bit cooler in here. Oh, the sun. Oh man, won't it be nice if it finishes like this? Ah, spiderweb. Down there. Whew. I tell you what, this has been a fun trip. I'm tired. And I think my favorite part was probably Beauty Spot, or not Beauty Spot, Unaka. It was really pretty. I wish we could have, you know, like gotten up there a little bit earlier, you know, to kind of enjoy it a little more, but it was just really pretty, something different. Beauty Spot was nice, you know, but as far as like views like that, I feel like, you know, like Jane Bald and Grassy Ridge Bald are better, personally, but yeah, just really pretty section. Just, you know, like I say, not a lot of water sources when we've come. It's like toward the end of August, but the campsites we did get, like, I love that gap that we stayed in the first night, Greasy Creek Gap. That was really nice. I liked last night's campsite. You know, even though we kind of had to make it work with one hammock, so, but since I didn't have a sleeping pad. But yeah, just, I mean, it's great, like, but I definitely think tent probably is the way to go on this section, unless you're just solo and you know, then I think you probably wouldn't have a problem finding, you know, trees, or if you did like a shorter section or something, like maybe like whatever the road is before Beauty Spot over, you know, to the road on the other side of Unaka. But I still think you would have to have a tent, especially if you wanted to sleep like on the Bald on Beauty Spot. But overall, a great trip. What was your favorite part, Mom?
I like the Unaka. Oh, I like the forest. That enchanted forest.
Yeah, the Unaka.
Unaka.
Yeah, that was mine too.
Because it was so quiet.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Different.
What was your least favorite?
No, I don't know if I had a least. Probably been in the sun yesterday,
Yeah.
coming off Roan Mountain.
Yeah.
Roan Mountain
Off
back
that Beauty Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite campsite?
Oh, it was in that.
In the forest?
Yeah.
I think I liked that gap we stayed in the first night. That Greasy Creek Gap. Remember you went down and got water? Oh, I don't know. I really like that spot.
Well, it's neat. Yeah. I still like that.
That Unaka.
Yeah.
I think that would have been my favorite if we could have stayed like up on top where them guys were.
Yeah.
But
Well, I didn't mind that spot.
yeah, I mean the spot. Don't get me wrong. The spot we ran was nice, but like it's kind of down like below the summit, so you didn't quite get like the first like rays of sun. But it's been fun. Mom's starting to feel it. Her morning Energizer bunny has worn off. But at least it's cooler in here though. That's so much better. And I will note that this time I did try to use my watch and drop points for campsites. I think I missed one or two because I kind of decided like part of the way through the first day to do that. But I did try to drop. I don't think I dropped any where there wasn't a campfire ring. But yeah, and I tried to drop points like where there's like a view or like something, maybe like just to see or take a picture of or whatever. But we'll keep showing the way to the car and all that. This is a nice little forest here. Oh yeah, before you got up to Roan High Knob, that forest. Yeah, mom loves that forest, leaving Carvers Gap, going back south toward like Roan High Knob and all that. It is a really pretty forest. If you like a forested walk, that's definitely one to enjoy. But anyway, I think that's all I've got. I mean, I don't have any gear complaints so much, other than just, you know, the tent, you know, bringing a tent option. But other than that, like, everything else worked as it should. So yeah, because that coming off of Beauty Spot, it was very open, very rocky, and just kind of exposed to the sun, so it made it hot. So it was a very hot descent. And it was kind of the same when we were going toward the shelter yesterday. So there's another source that's dry. Was like when we were going in and out of the ridges and stuff, once you hit the west side, you know, we were in the full afternoon sun. It was just energy zapping. But I think I might see my car through the trees. Sally, what are you doing? But man, I mean, it's been a great trip. I definitely would say 3 nights are recommended. Because I mean, because some of the sections are just really rocky, really rooty. I definitely wouldn't recommend bringing shoes that are like worn down. I did that, and my feet have hurt worse this trip than most of my trips. So and just watch your water, because I mean, this section really doesn't have a ton of water, especially, you know, because you're up on the ridge and stuff. But yeah, overall, just fantastic. It's always good to be on the trail with my mom and Sally. But anyway, there's a little bit of water. It's around 4.24. You better not lay in that. This is power lines, yeah. Yeah. It's only the last quarter mile. Is that a campsite right there? Looks like we're going to cross the railroad tracks. So 4.3. No fire ring though. But definitely pretty. Definitely good for hammocks right here. Looks like it washes out pretty good though. Kind of muddy. Oh, there is a fire ring. So I mean, it definitely would be good. I mean, probably put a tent right there. Stop, look, listen for approaching trains. Do not attempt to climb between or underneath railroad cars. People really do that? Well, now I knew about that. Right on the railroad. I just spotted the car. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Ah. Woo! Alright. Here we are. We did it. So it's 4.47, so probably to all the way across the street, probably about 4.5 or less. So that's it. We'll see y'all next time.